job. But what is very important is to study hard to get the right qualifications. If you want to become manager, you have to gather work experience, you have to have academic qualification. How can you become
Good morning, everyone. I am Arjun, the team leader of the Famous 5 team. Today, the Famous 5 team is holding the Travel and Tourism Conference, which is part of the Cambridge High School Certificate Examinations. Let me present you the agenda. The agenda for today's Travel and Tourism Conference is myself, Arjun, the team leader of the Fitness 5 team. Welcome speech by Mr. Jitu, Director. Speech by Mr. Jitan, Head of Department of Travel and Tourism. Presentation by delegates. Vote of thanks. Now, Director of Real Estate Secondary School, Mr. Jitu, will make the welcome address.
Thank you, Arjun. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you to Clearly SSS Boys, all our guests, all our neighbors from the institution, the voices, and my dear teachers, of course, and my boys, who are supposed to be behaving very well today in a very gentlemanly manner. And please do stay gentlemen today and show to our voisins and to our guests, of course, that you are gentlemen, perfect gentlemen. Bon? Now, the conference, as Arjun told you, it is one of the tasks, one of the assignments which is marked. It is given, it is awarded. It is part of the syllabus of travel and tourism for the A-level students. Among you, we have students who are doing travel and tourism. Some of you are in grade 10, Expo 4, grade 11, Form 5, 12. You are acquainted to the subject. Some of you, you think that when you're going to do travel and tourism, you're just going to go and travel abroad, which is not really the only thing that you learn. You are going to learn about the travel and tourism industry. You are going to learn about the different career prospects you have in the travel and tourism industry. So travel and tourism is a very passionate subject. It is a subject where you discover not only the different places that exist, not only why people would like to travel to other countries, or within our country itself, why we discover places of interest, but you also discover how you are going to market the idea of traveling. Of course, we have a commercial advantage in that. We want to be profitable. We are doing a business, isn't it? We are trying to make money. But we are also selling dreams to people. We are selling memories which people are going to collect as they go through travel and tourism. Subject not only for you as a student, but when one day you become a professional in the industry, for you as a worker, you're going to contribute, remember, as a person who is going to create memories for their customers who are going to become their friends one day. So welcome aboard to the conference organized by the Travel and Tourism Department, by the students, by Mr. Jitan, who has been working very hard for that. And you can see Mr. Jitan is dressed only for you today. For you today. Okay? So I need you one small thing which is very important for my boys, especially, to keep on reminding you. If you want to learn and have fun at the same time, there is one word that you have to keep at the back of your mind. Discipline. So if things have to be done as it has been planned, you have to behave properly. If you don't behave, we are going to throw you out of the conference hall. Snap. You come to my office, it's air conditioned and it works properly in my office. So you're going to write down essay on what you think about travel and tourism and how you will be thrown out of the conference room. So I'll be very pleased to give you paper and pen. I have 26 different colors of pen if you want to choose one. So you have a great day, enjoy, but don't forget, it is first of all the work of the boys who have organized the whole event. So you are going to behave in a way so that they get an A+ for their travel and tourism, and you are going to contribute to the success of the work. C'est bon? Now I hope that notre très chère voisine, vous êtes contente, maintenant vous êtes à l'aise. Now that we can feel that there is air conditioning in the library. So if we keep both the doors closed, then you're going to be in a very comfortable atmosphere. And if the both doors are not closed and you keep moving around, then you're not going to be in a comfortable atmosphere. C'est bon? Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jitu. And now I welcome Mr. Jitan Shakti. He needs no introduction. He is the head of Department of Travel and Tourism in the school. He will talk on the career opportunities available in the travel and tourism industry.
Mr. Amratan, the Deputy Director, ladies and gentlemen, and my very dear students, I wish you all a very good morning. And I'm very pleased to join you today for the Travel and Tourism Conference at TUSSS. Travel and tourism as a subject is a very exciting subject. The industry is one of the world's largest industries, employing millions of people and generating over 10% of the world GDP. In a world of constant change, one constant since 1950s has been the sustained growth and resilience of tourism as an activity and an economic sector. Tourism is one of the key pillars of the Mauritian economy. The development of tourism, which started in the 1950s in Mauritius with approximately 1550 visitors, has been accelerating at varying paces over the years to stand out today as a powerful engine of growth for investment, entrepreneurship, wealth, and job creation. With a constant increase in tourist arrivals in Mauritius to attain a record figure of nearly 1.4 million visitors in 2018, tourism activities on the island have been expanding and sophisticating in relation to the growing tourist demands. The industry is developing in order to meet the changing customer needs and expectations. Today's travel and tourism industry is diverse in the products and services that it provides to customers and is subject to continual change in demand. The industry provides some of the most stimulating opportunities for employment available today. Our industry relies on skilled, well-trained employees who can meet the growing demands of each market segment in all sectors. The skills and knowledge of travel and tourism, and therefore careers, are transferable within establishments, sectors, and for the world. The popularity of travel and tourism as a subject and the recognition of its importance by governments has accelerated the study of tourism. To all youngsters here present who study travel and tourism and who wish to pursue travel and tourism as a career, a bright future awaits you. I would give you just one message. This is an industry where not a single day in this industry that you can call as the same day. That's the excitement of the industry. It's an ever-growing industry. There are new destinations, new attractions, new airlines, new hotels, and new travel companies that open up every single day. There are great career options. We must ensure that people are well equipped to benefit from the boom of tourism. The industry plans to attract, develop, and retain talent across the industry. Thank you very much for your attention.
Very much indeed, President. Now welcome Mrs. Anushka of Sir Gaëtan Duval Hotel School.
Ok, so welcome. J'espère que vous allez être attentifs à ce que je vais dire aujourd'hui. Je vous présente, je suis Madame Gaulois de l'école hôtelière, prof, je le dis là-bas, et bien sûr pour les élèves d'ici qui vont me reconnaître dans quelques mois quand je repartirai encore une fois. Et sinon moi, aujourd'hui, je vais essayer de parler un petit peu, vu que votre conférence est autour du Travel and Tourism, je vais essayer de vous donner un petit aperçu de l'île Maurice en tant que, je vais dire, un des destinations touristiques, comment le tourisme a évolué. Et bien sûr, vu que je suis de l'école hôtelière, j'espère que vous avez déjà entendu parler de l'école hôtelière. Et je vais essayer de vous brosser un peu l'image de ce que nous offrons comme cours. Et puis que demain, pendant les Open Day, on a déjà effectué 2 Open Day chez nous, malheureusement. Et on n'avait pas invité les élèves, vu que c'était directement pour les élèves qui ont terminé la SI et la HEC. Bon, mon petit speech, je l'ai essayé de préparer en anglais, vu que M. Touchton m'avait demandé de le faire en anglais. Alors, so everybody here knows Mauritius as a destination where we call it the beautiful blue, or even the crystal island, filled with white sandy beaches around everywhere. But do you realize that we are not alone? We are not alone, I mean, in terms of other destinations who are offering the same. So, Mauritius is composed of several ethnicities, that is Indian, Chinese, French, and even Africans. Vous allez être étonnés quand vous dites que vous êtes des Africains, vous allez dire non, on n'est pas Africains, mais malheureusement vous êtes des Africains. The main spoken languages in Mauritius is the Mauritian Creole, the French, the English. And then of course, the Asian language in villages is still alive, that is the Bhojpuri or even the Hindi. And the linguistic mosaic of the island make it one of the most successful destinations. Do you know why? Why, when we have so many languages, we are very successful? Why? Because we attract so many different tourists from different countries. That is, when we have this type of advantage, that is, we speak French, English, Hindi, and then of course in certain schools you learn German, Italian, Spanish. When you come at École Hôtelière, of course, we offer the facilities of German and Italian, one of the most spoken languages. So, and now we have to write aircraft, that is airplane. On avait pu louer au moins des petits pipers, vous savez des pipers qui avaient que 6 à 12 places de Air Madagascar. Ça, si pas vous faites des longs ports, c'était des petits ports, je veux dire, Maurice, Rodrigue, Remur, des trucs comme ça, pas plus loin que ça. Et on avait dû louer avec Air Madagascar. Et par la suite, when we have been able to work, to get profits, and then, again, at the first stage, rent airplane, and then later stage, buy. So, Amédée Mengal did certain contracts with, British Airways, Air France, etc., to increase to come and serve Mauritius as a destination. And like this, Mauritius became a bit famous as a destination. And then, of course, what can we say? So, École Hôtelière, earlier known as the Hotel School of Mauritius, was created in 1970 71, and then it was created at Cupid, and later on moved to where we are situated nowadays, that is Eben.
I present myself once again. I'm Satyaji Sujunwa. I'm the General Manager of GT Hospitality Management. I have been in this industry for the last 30 years. As one of my colleagues just mentioned, the hotel school was in Cupid. I think in 1970, 1971. I was a student for hotel school at that time. I studied at hotel school, I got my hotel management. I keep on studying for human resource, and I am one among the first person to have a master in hospitality tourism management from UK 20 years ago. I have been working for many times in hotel operations. I have been occupying various senior management positions, hotel managers, hotel directors, director of different departments. And last few years, I have set up my school. My school is at Gombe. You can see the pictures there on the roller banner. And I offer diploma and degree in hospitality and tourism management. Our awarding body is CTH, Confederation of Travel and Hospitality. And students can do a first year degree in 6 to 9 months, get graduated, and we, in our course, students are given placement in hotels. So the time you finish your program, you already got the same number of months in terms of experience, and also we have a program of earn and learn at the same time. You are going to earn a stipend every month. Well, let me go to the slide. This was just a brief.
Thank you, Mr. G. I now welcome the representatives of Flightmates, Mrs. Nathalie Jean and Mrs. Heidi Derisabo.
Bonjour, je suis Nathalie, formatrice chez Flightmates, et ça fait 28 ans que je travaille à l'aéroport, comme j'ai commencé check-in, pour bouger ensuite comme sales et ticketing. D'où maintenant le désir de partager avec les jeunes ces 28 ans d'expérience en faisant la formation. Donc notre but aujourd'hui, c'est d'abord de vous parler des différents métiers dans l'aviation. Mes collègues avant nous ont beaucoup parlé de tourism management, mais nous on va parler de l'aviation parce que chez Flightmates on vous propose des cours dans l'aviation, mais en même temps vous présenter les métiers dont on peut vous former, mais aussi les autres métiers qui existent dans l'aviation pour que vous sachiez où vous pouvez commencer. Et qu'est-ce qu'il y a d'autre pour vous après, une fois qu'on a commencé dans l'aviation? Alors, le premier métier dont je vais vous parler, c'est de, vous m'avez dit, travel agent. Alors, le travel agent, il fait quoi, lui? C'est quoi pour vous quand je vous dis le métier d'un travel agent? Package, tours, vente de billets d'avion. Sûrement, vous savez plein d'autres choses encore dessus, je n'ai pas besoin de vous dire. Vérification de visa, documents, passeport, means of transportation. Alors, on va vous présenter ça comme le voyage d'un client. Le voyage d'un client commence avec un besoin. Le besoin du client, c'est pourquoi est-ce que les gens voyagent? Business, leisure. qu'on doit le traiter, comme on vous a dit tout à l'heure, c'est service. Alors, si vous voulez voyager, la première chose que vous faites, on va dans une agence de voyage physiquement, on va voir un travel agent, ou on passe un coup de fil à une agence de voyage ou sur un site internet. Mais dites-vous bien que even the job of the reservation agent on the phone, parfois ils se lèvent et disent yo, téléphone seulement, c'est pas intéressant. La personne qui vous appelle va entendre le ton de votre voix, va entendre votre sourire. Donc, il faut avoir la même discipline, la même rigueur, le même customer service, que ce soit en frontline ou en back office sales. Alors ça, c'est un premier métier de l'aviation, vente, réservation et package. Maintenant, je passe la parole à Heidi, donc on va alterner comme ça. Elle va vous parler the next job in aviation after you purchase your ticket.
Booked our ticket, and that's the next step. This is the first time maybe you come to the airport. So what we do is obviously we go to the check-in counter and we check in. So that could be one of the jobs in the future for you. It's exciting because you meet so many different nationalities. You can, chat to interesting travelers. You can assist them. It's not only fun and games though when you check in. There's a lot of people have maybe issues with traveling. For example, there are a series of questions you have to ask them. Do they carry any dangerous goods? Anybody knows what's dangerous good? Is it what? No idea?
Weapons.
Mobile phone? Can that be dangerous? Yes, it can. Why? Because of the lithium battery inside. It's actually, I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of a lithium battery being blown up, but it's very dangerous, yeah? So that's one thing that you have to be mindful of. So the check-in counter will ask, do you have any dangerous good in your luggage or with you? And then, of course, they have to negotiate on where does those dangerous goods go. If somebody tells you I have explosive in my bags, obviously they will be not traveling and then they firecrackers. Good. I have been, like I mentioned, cabin crew before, and even some of our cabin crew didn't realize that they can't take, those sparklers you use for Christmases and celebrations, they very easy ignite. So my colleague put it in the suitcase, and they've been brought down from the aircraft to open their suitcase and remove the items. So we have to be aware of these. Also at the airport, we have the special customer check-in. Sometimes they need assistance. It could be hearing impaired passengers. They might be traveling alone or visually impaired passengers, as well as all the assistance they need. Also, we have young travelers traveling alone, so we also have to take care of those. All right? Now, the next topic, will Miss Natalie take over?
Donc, maintenant que le passager a fini de faire son check-in, qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Il va où? Il va passer la sécurité. Donc, d'abord, vérification du passeport. Et encore une fois, au check-in, on vérifie le nom, le passeport. À l'immigration, l'officier va vérifier encore si c'est bien le nom et le passeport. Ensuite, on va faire le screening. Pourquoi est-ce qu'on fait tout ça d'après? Pourquoi est-ce que c'est tellement important? Effectivement, pour éviter des fraudeurs, pour éviter des hijacking. Donc, on doit s'assurer que le passager qui est enregistré, c'est la même personne qui passe l'immigration et c'est la même personne qui va embarquer dans l'avion. Safety and security is a very important word in the world of aviation. Because aviation business is carrying a passenger from point A to point B in a safe manner. C'est pas voyager dans un avion, aller dans un restaurant et choisir son menu. Donc, le but principal de l'aviation, c'est la sécurité, sûreté pour les passagers. Donc, après le check-in, on passe à la sécurité. Ok? La sécurité, on va vérifier aussi pour éviter des incidents ou des accidents. Tout comme le check-in vérifie et demande au client est-ce que vous avez telle ou telle chose dans votre valise. Il y a des choses qu'on peut porter dans la valise, mais pas dans le bagage à main. Il y a des choses qu'on doit porter dans le bagage à main, par exemple des allumettes, mais pas dans la valise parce que ça peut prendre feu dans la soupe. Au niveau de la sécurité, cette fois-ci, on fait un screening et on va vérifier à nouveau qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans les bagages à main des passagers pour éviter les accidents. Ça peut être accident ou des gestes terroristes. Donc, là aussi, il y a un check et on a aussi une formation à ce niveau-là pour safety and security.
Okay, after we pass the safety security part, then we go finally to our flight. But yet, we still have to wait for boarding. Why do you think we have to wait for boarding so long? What are we waiting for? What's happening at the background to our aircraft? It's being catered, it's being cleaned, the cabin crew gets on. But of course, we don't see that. We just see that check-in staff at the gate taking their sweet time, and we're thinking, can we get on board now? We really want to go. All right? So after this, we're going to discuss the actual preparation of the flight. But just for you to understand why is there such a long wait before you can get on board, is that because there's many things going in within the scene. So something that you don't see, and perhaps this is why you're anxious to get on board.
Donc, on vous a parlé des entry jobs, frontline jobs, mais je vais vous parler maintenant de tout ce qui se passe pendant que le passager fait son check-in. Combien de temps demande le passager de venir à l'aéroport pour un départ? 3 heures. 3 heures de temps. Donc, quand je suis venue 3 heures de temps, je dois m'asseoir, attendre des heures, encore quand j'ai fini le check-in, mais il y a une raison. Il y a plein de choses qu'on fait pendant ces 3 heures de temps-là. Alors, une chose, je vais vous parler de un ou deux métiers. One would be flight preparation, flight planning. Le flight planning, qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Imaginez que vous avez besoin de prendre votre voiture pour sortir de Souillac pour aller à Cap-Malheureux. Est-ce que je peux me lever comme ça le matin? Je dis, je vais aller à Cap-Malheureux, je rentre dans la voiture, je prends la clé, je roule, je pars, je passe par Verdun, arrivé à Verdun, je vois que la route est fermée, je dois faire un détour, arriver plus devant, oups, j'ai pas l'essence, la voiture, la température monte dans la voiture, j'ai pas mis de l'eau, je peux aller comme ça? Non, il y a une préparation. Pour l'avion, c'est pareil. Un avion va sortir de Maurice, il va aller à Londres. On doit voir la distance, on doit voir combien de passagers il y a dans l'avion pour voir le poids de cet avion-là, quelle quantité d'essence il faudra mettre, quel est le routing qu'on va emprunter. Est-ce que je peux survoler? J'ai le droit de survoler les pays où je prévois de survoler. C'est pas comme ça, on fait une ligne droite. Allez, on fait une ligne droite, c'est bon. Est-ce que j'ai le droit de survoler ces pays-là? Est-ce qu'il n'y a pas de volcan en éruption quelque part en route qui va nous empêcher de passer? Est-ce qu'il n'y a pas la guerre civile dans un pays avec des missiles qui seraient dangereux pour l'avion? Il ne faut pas passer là. Est-ce que si j'ai un passager qui est mourant dans l'avion, où est-ce que je peux aller atterrir? À ce moment-là, on va se dire, oups, où on est là, au-dessus d'Afrique, allons atterrir au Kenya, on va, mais est-ce qu'il y a du monde pour faire le handling là-bas? Donc, il y a un département qui s'occupe de ça. Là où je vais passer, est-ce qu'il n'y a pas une tempête quelque part? Oui ou non? On fait un plan de vol. Et le commandant, quand il arrive, c'est pas la nourriture. Donc, on appelle ça les high loaders. C'est pas un chauffeur de camion qui conduit n'importe quel camion qui pourra le conduire. Donc, il y a une formation. Le type de nourriture aussi, c'est pas n'importe quelle nourriture qu'on peut mettre sur un vol et chauffer. Donc, les gens qui s'occupent du catering, à Maurice, on a Oberoi, on a Beachcomber, qui préparent la nourriture pour mettre dans les avions, qui sont embarqués dans les high loaders comme ça, qu'on fait monter.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Ashina, for your advice and information on various career prospects in the hospitality industry. Now, Brian will continue with the vote of thanks.
Mesdames et messieurs, toute l'équipe du Famous Five tient à remercier chaleureusement tous les intervenants ainsi que les participants pour leur participation à notre conférence de la matière Travel and Tourism. qui s'est tenue le mardi 19 février à Triolet SSS. Nous tenons à exprimer notre gratitude pour cette belle matinée d'échange et de partage malgré un emploi du temps chargé. Nous avons été heureux d'avoir pu organiser cette rencontre et espérons que l'événement était à la hauteur de vos attentes. Merci également aux conférenciers pour leur professionnalisme et leur implication dans ce projet. Sans cette matinée, sans eux, cette matinée n'aurait pu avoir lieu. Retiendrons définitivement leurs précieux conseils et leurs témoignages. La conférence a été de très bon niveau et ses interprètes remarquables. Un grand merci à Mme Didiou, la rectrice du Triolet SSS, et le corps enseignant et non enseignants, qui nous ont permis de transformer la bibliothèque en une salle de conférence. Félicitations à tous les membres du PMS5 pour cette grande organisation. Nous adressons enfin nos remerciements à M. Jacques Hitchton, notre professeur de travail à Toulouse, qui s'est rendu disponible et a fortement participé au bon déroulement de cette matinée. Et finalement, un Sega vient clore cette matinée.
Ooh.